All right, guys, I want to give you a little bit more detail on how to remove the PCM from a Jeep Wrangler or Gladiator with the diesel engine. If you're going to take the PCM out of the truck to send it off for tuning, here's what I found that I have to do. Okay, so you've got these four 10mm nuts that hold the PCM in to the truck. Unfortunately, the bottom ones on both sides are pretty hard to get to, and the bottom one that's inboard closer to the engine is a real nightmare. So what you want to do is, you notice I took the negative cables loose from the fender over here, because remember there's another battery down under this one. Okay, so you want to take both of these. I don't know that it's necessary to separate them, it probably isn't, but I just did it anyway. You want to take these negatives off of the ground stud over here on your fender. That kills all the power. Then what you're going to do, you have these tabs in here. There's two down here, two on the other side. You're going to have to stick a flat blade screwdriver or something down in there to gently pry that away from the locking tab so that you can lift this up and out of the way. And you want to move this back away from the PCM a little bit. That'll give you room to get down in here and work on these studs and get the nuts off of them. And I also found that it's kind of hard to see, but the PCM is kind of wedged down in there. If you can see down at the bottom, it's like kind of down in a hole a little bit. So once I got it loose, I had to put something down in there and pry against the bottom of it to get it to come forward far enough to clear the studs. So I've got like a magnet out here because I dropped one of the nuts down in there. So I had to fish it out with a magnet. I'm kind of out of breath. I've been wrestling with this thing for a while, actually. Sockets, extensions. I've got a ratcheting wrench, 12mm, ratcheting wrench, 10mm, flat blade screwdriver, something long that you can put down in there and pry with. So it's a little bit of a job, actually. You know, if it wasn't for this, fuse cluster being in the way, it wouldn't be a big deal at all. But you basically have to kill all the power to this thing so you don't short something out, and then remove it just enough to move it out of the way so that you can get to it. So FYI, if you're not mechanically inclined and you don't have any tools, you probably don't want to attempt this, because it's kind of a pain, to be honest.